A Malay traditional festive porridge and an Asian pudding of coconut and yam. Just some of the local fare for seniors with swallowing difficulties and on soft diets at Alexandra Hospital. The hospital worked with ITE College West to modify 10 local recipes now found in a new book called My Grandma's Dinner.
For a taste test, we speak to Fung Xinhui, speech therapist and project lead at Alexandra Hospital, and student chef Syiqa from ITE College West. I'll start with you, Syiqa. Which recipe of yours, I take it at least one did, went into that book? Tell us how you modified that recipe so that it made food easier to swallow.
My recipe is bubur lambuk, which is Malay traditional dish. In this modified recipe, I'm using the baby carrots instead of the old one, so it will be easier for the patient to digest. I'm also using the minced tenderloin meat as it has a softer texture compared to the other cuts.
Xinhui, let's bring you in on the conversation here. It is important that you've have these developments, that this soft diet alternative is now actually available for the seniors at the hospital. Tell us more, if you will, about this collaboration that went on between Alexandra Hospital and ITE College West.
Yep. So this is really a very interesting collaboration that happened. To be honest, not something that we would have thought of in the past. And I'm very happy that this collaboration happened. So how it happened was really, last year since October, the group of us speech therapists at Alexandra Hospital, we actually went out to the community, the hawker centres around the Queenstown vicinity, where we were then actually, our campaign was focusing on educating the hawkers out there in providing modified local fare for our patients. So then at the height of the campaign, I think ITE College West, this group of passionate lecturers, they actually contacted us, and then they were asking, is there any way that there could be a collaboration between us and their school to really help support this community of individuals with swallowing difficulties? And after some brainstorming, we came in to educate them and their students on how modified diets can help this population eat with a little bit more ease, but at the same time also how to prepare them. And we came out with this recipe book, which houses, as we mentioned earlier, so 10 local recipes, something that Singaporeans would be familiar with, but in the modified form. Yep.
Xinhui, let's stay on you now. As you just outlined, so many steps, starting from just thinking about things to getting this kind of thing done. How are you now taking what you have learned, these recipes as well, and using them in your hospital for patients who have difficulty swallowing, or also known as dysphagia?
So hospital diets, traditionally, we'll always think it's a little bit boring, it's bland, it's always the same thing, fish porridge, blended minced chicken and stuff like that. So with these recipes, it's, a lot of hard work was put into it, a lot of thought was put into it, and it was curated by both the lecturers and the year one students at ITE. And obviously, we don't want to let these efforts go to waste, and we really want to champion it. So we have spoken to our Alexandra Hospital kitchen chefs, and they are happy to see how they can adopt these recipes and offer it to our patients in the hospital, which I think is really nice. I mean, when we are on our road to recovery, when we're feeling a bit unwell, things like food, it offers us comfort. And if we can have food that we can enjoy, then I think it's just really something to look forward to, even though we're not feeling too well in the hospital setting. Yeah.
It is important to enjoy one's food, ladies, and this knowledge has to be shared. So Syiqa, you and your fellow student chefs, you're running workshops on modifications, and you mentioned some of the different choices you made earlier on with your recipe. Tell us how those workshops are going.
I think so far we have conducted one workshop, but in the future we are planning to conduct more workshops. Actually, this is my first time teaching the elderly how to cook, so I felt quite nervous about it. But as time goes by, I started to enjoy myself. I'm very happy to see that the elderly are very engaged. They're very curious about the steps, the ingredients, and they ask quite a lot of questions as well.
Oh, Syiqa, explain this because it's not entirely clear to me. These workshops are for elderly people. I take it they can, is it a specific pool of elderly people? How do they sign up for these workshops? In other words, who can benefit? Who are they open to anyone who's prepared to maybe pay some money and turn up? Or how does this work?
I think this workshop can benefit the caregivers and discharged patients. They can sign up for this workshop through the website. I think the link. So through this workshop, they can learn how to cook a variety of dishes and start enjoying their foods. And through these dishes, we hope that this can uplift the spirits of patients who are having swallowing difficulties. So they won't have to eat the boring foods again and again, so they can eat something new.
Thank you so much, both of you, for joining us today. Syiqa from ITE College West and Fung Xinhui, a speech therapist from Alexandra Hospital.